At Thanksgiving, my uncle blocked the door. "You're not family anymore." My mom laughed. "Just leave the food. It's the only useful thing you bring," and slammed the door on my girlfriend. We just walked away, and half the family walked out behind us as their lies finally came to light. Hey Reddit, my family loved my money more than they ever loved me, so I cut them off, built my own life, and kept my distance. But those people weren't finished, not by a long shot. Before everything exploded, let me take you back to where it all started. My name's Garrett. I'm 29, and for the past 6 years I've worked industrial rope access, hanging off skyscrapers, turbines, bridges, doing inspections and repairs most people won't even look at. Heights don't bother me. Up there it's simple. Gear, gravity, consequence. My family's the opposite. A mom who rewrites history in real time. A sister, Brooke, who plays victim like it's a career. Uncle Craig, part politician, part loan shark. Cousin Trevor, eternally neutral, while somehow making you the problem. Holidays with them feel like a performance nobody asked for. I'm the one they forget until they need something. The guy who gets ignored in the group chat, then called at dawn to move a couch or jump a battery. What they didn't know was I'd been paying for their lives, quietly, for 5 years. Mom's car, Craig's property insurance, Brooke's rent when she couldn't find work, plus repairs, utilities, just this once emergencies that never stopped. I kept a ledger, not to weaponize it, just because documentation is how you stay alive in my job. Total? About $54,000 funneled into people who treated me like background noise. The only person who saw it clearly was Serena. We'd been together a year and a half. She worked at a bakery 3 blocks from my apartment. I met her one night when she was closing up, and I was hauling gear from a job. We started talking. Kept talking. She had this way of cutting through bullshit without making you feel cornered. Just honest, direct, real. She'd met my family twice. Both times they treated her like furniture. Talked over her. Asked me questions about my life like she wasn't sitting right there. The second time, Brooke made a comment about how nice it must be that I could take care of someone. Serena didn't flinch. She just squeezed my hand under the table. On the drive home, she said, plain as daylight, "They don't see you as family. They see you as a wallet." I didn't argue, because she was right. Thanksgiving last year, the group chat ran nonstop for weeks. I offered to bring my smoked brisket, the one everyone demolished last time. Nobody responded. Plans just rolled right over my message, like I'd sent a blank text. Serena noticed. "You sure you want to go?" "My cousin Miles will be there," I said. "He's solid. Then we'll go for Miles." She made a pumpkin pie from scratch. I loaded the brisket into my truck. We drove 45 minutes to Uncle Craig's house. Same suburb, same cookie-cutter homes, same inflatable turkey. Craig treats like a landmark. His driveway was full, because there's always a hierarchy. His truck in the garage, Mom's sedan in the prime spot, Brooke next to her. Everyone else figures it out. Walking up with the brisket and pie, I could see them through the front window. Mom, Aunt Rachel, Brooke, Craig, Spencer, a bunch of others. Laughing, performing, Craig mid-story with a beer in his hand, holding court like he owned the room. I wasn't expecting confetti, but what happened next wasn't just cold, it was planned. I reached for the door and it opened maybe 6 inches. Uncle Craig filled the gap like a bouncer at a club that just got shut down for health violation. He didn't smile, didn't nod, just stood there with this smug little twist to his mouth and said, "You're not family anymore, Garrett, and she needs to leave too." I actually laughed, short, confused, because this had to be some bad joke, right? He didn't move. "I'm serious. You showing up causes problems. Both of you need to go." Behind him, my mom stepped into view, wine glass in hand. She looked at Serena first, then me. "This is family only," she said. Cold, flat, like she'd rehearsed it. Brooke appeared next to her, smiled at Serena. "She's only here because you pay for everything anyway." I looked past them, into the dining room. The table was set. Good plates, cloth napkins, centerpiece with fake fall leaves. And there, in the spot where my name card had been sitting since I was 12 years old, was some guy I'd met twice. Brooke's boyfriend. He glanced up, saw us standing there, raised his glass, smirked. My mom handed him the plate with my name on it. They clinked glasses, laughed. My seat, filled before we crossed the threshold. For about 5 seconds, I thought about pushing past Craig, sitting down anyway, making them physically remove us. Then I felt Serena's hand slip into mine, calm, steady. I looked at Craig, at my mom, at Brooke. Understood. I squeezed Serena's hand, set the brisket down on the porch. She placed the pie next to it, turned, walked back to the truck. She didn't say anything until we were inside. Engine running. 3 blocks away before I pulled over. I sat there, hands on the wheel, trying to process what just happened. Serena's voice was quiet, steady. They don't miss you. They miss access. I turned to look at her. She wasn't crying, wasn't angry, just clear. You've been funding their lives for years, she continued. And the second you show up with someone who sees it, they kick you out. That's not family. That's control. My hands were shaking. Not because I was pissed, because I finally saw it clearly. I pulled out my phone, opened the family group chat. 23 people. What are you doing? Serena asked. Ending it. I typed 4 sentences. If I'm not family, I'm not your wallet. Effective immediately, all payments stop. Do not contact me for money again. Anything owed will be handled in writing. Then I attached the file. Excel spreadsheet. Every payment, every date, every amount, every person. Title. Support provided. I showed Serena before I sent it. She read it once, nodded. Send it. I hit send. We sat there, engine running, staring at my phone like it might explode. 3 minutes after I sent that message, my phone started ringing. Miles. Where are you? He asked when I picked up. 3 blocks east. Stay there, I'm coming. People are walking out right now. 5 of us. Spencer, Rachel, 2 church friends, and me. Half the damn table. He pulled up 2 minutes later, got out of his car, and climbed into my back seat. He didn't say anything at first, just stared at his phone, scrolling through the ledger. 54 grand, he finally said. Give or take. You've been paying for their lives while they treated you like trash. Both of us, Serena said quietly. They threw us out like trash. Miles looked at her, then at me. I read that message at the table, out loud. Craig tried to play it off like you were lying. Spencer asked, he pays for what? Craig snapped back, he's lying. Then I said, you blocked him and his girlfriend at the door while he's been funding your lives for 5 years? Your mom's face went white. Then I left. Who else walked? Spencer. He said he had no idea. Rachel followed him. 2 of Craig's friends from his church group looked disgusted. One of them said, you threw them out and asked him for money last month. I'm not sitting here. Spencer stood up and said, you made it family only, but you took his money. That's not family. That's a scam. Then they left. Brooke tried to say you were being petty. Craig went full meltdown, started yelling about disrespect and betrayal and how real men don't air family business. Miles shook his head. Real men? That's rich coming from a guy who just publicly disowned you both. They kicked you out for bringing her. That's what this was really about. They don't want anyone around who sees what they're doing. My phone buzzed. Text from my mom. We need to talk. This is not how family handles disagreements. I didn't answer. Miles saw it. Good. They're going to come at you hard now. Both of you. Yeah, I said. We're ready. Serena nodded. Quiet. Solid. The call started within the hour. Mom first, from a new number, voice soft and wounded. Then Craig, loud and aggressive. Brooke via text playing victim. Trevor pushing compromise. Aunt Diane, Helen, unknown numbers. By midnight, 47 unread messages, 15 voicemails. I blocked every single one. Instead, I opened my laptop and got to work. Canceled every auto payment, Mom's car, Craig's insurance, Brooke's phone bill, all of it. Done. Removed family members from my accounts. Life insurance beneficiaries, streaming services, cloud storage, clean slate. Then I emailed my lawyer, laid out what happened, attached the ledger, asked about my option. He responded within an hour. We should meet. Monday morning, 9 a.m. Within a week, the consequences hit. Mom called screaming, left a voicemail. My car payment bounced. The bank is calling me. You're doing this on purpose. This is financial abuse, Garrett. You're abusing your own mother. I'm so worried about you, and she's the reason you're acting like this. I blocked the number. Craig sent a text from an unknown number. My property insurance lapsed. Do you have any idea what you've done? You're jeopardizing my livelihood. Call me back now. Blocked. Craig tried again 2 days later. Different number. We need to talk. Man to man. Face to face. No lawyers. Just us. I replied once. Talk to my lawyer. Then blocked. Brooke sent an email. I know you're mad, but I really need help with rent this month. Just this once. I promise I'll pay you back. P.S. If Serena is making you do this, you need to wake up. I deleted it without responding. Blocked her email. Miles texted me around midnight. You good? Yeah. You? Rachel's pissed about what they did. I told her she did the right thing walking out. I didn't sleep much. Not from anxiety, from planning. What they'd try next. How I'd counter. What boundaries I needed. Around 3 a.m., Serena got up. Found me in the kitchen. Didn't say anything. Just made coffee and sat next to me. They're going to come after me too, she said after a while. I know. Your mom already hates me. This is going to get worse. Yeah. She was quiet for a minute. I'm not going anywhere. I looked at her. You don't have to stay for this. I'm not staying for this. I'm staying for you. Monday morning with the lawyer. Paul, mid-50s. No nonsense. Serena came with me. You kept good records, he said after reviewing everything. Categories, dates, notes. Clean enough to hand a judge. Documentation keeps you alive in my line of work. Paul looked at Serena. You were there Thanksgiving? Yeah. They kicked both of us out. Did anyone film it? Aunt Diane was on the porch with her phone when we left. Paul wrote that down. If she posts anything, save it immediately. Chances are she'll edit it to make you look bad. He looked at me. They're going to escalate. Guilt, intimidation, reputation damage, and they're going to try to separate you two. Make you think she's the problem. She's not the problem. I know that. But they'll try anyway. Document everything. Written communication only. If anyone shows up at home or work, call police immediately. No engagement. No explanation. What about social media? I asked. Don't block them on Facebook yet. Let them talk where it can be documented. Every comment, every post, every message, save it all. When we go to court, we want a clear pattern. Tuesday, I was 40 stories up when it started. 19 missed calls by noon. 1 voicemail from Craig. You need to call me back. Now. If you don't pick up in the next hour, I'm coming to find you. I saved it. Sent it to Paul. Didn't call back. Wednesday, my property manager called. Someone came by asking about you. Older guy, said he was your uncle. Seemed agitated. I didn't let him in. If he comes back, call the cops. I installed a video doorbell at my place that afternoon. Thursday afternoon, my supervisor called. Got a weird call from a woman claiming to be your mother. Said she was worried about you, that you'd been acting erratic. I told her I couldn't discuss employees and hung up. But you should know. They're trying to sabotage my job. Heads up. We had a client call asking to reschedule because they heard you were dealing with personal instability. Cost us a day of work. I shut it down and told them it was false. But this is getting messy. Then Serena called, voice tight. Diane showed up at the bakery. She's outside filming. Keeps looking in through the window. A customer just asked if everything's okay. My manager wants to know what's going on. Did she come inside? No, just standing there, filming. But it's freaking people out. Put me on speaker with your manager. I heard movement. Then a woman's voice. This is Lisa. Hi, Lisa. I'm Garrett. That woman outside is my aunt. She's been harassing us for weeks. We have a lawyer involved. If she doesn't leave, you have every right to call the police for trespassing. Got it. Thanks. Serena came back on. She's still out there. Let Lisa handle it. 5 minutes later, Serena texted. Manager went outside and told her to leave or she'd call the cops. Diane kept filming the whole time, but eventually left. Customers are asking questions. I called Paul. They're escalating to her workplace now. Paul was livid. That's targeted harassment. Document everything. If she posts, save it immediately. We're building a case. Friday, Paul sent harassment letters. Every statute, specific incidents, all future communication through his office only. Violations would result in immediate legal action. Certified mail to Mom, Craig, and Brooke. Saturday, Mom called Paul's office. Left a voicemail. This is ridiculous. We're his family. We have a right to talk to him. That woman is controlling him. She's poisoning him against us. All we want is for him to apologize and fix this. Paul's email response. All communication must be in writing through this office. Sunday morning, Craig showed up at my building. I watched on my doorbell camera. Building manager stopped him. They argued. He tried the I'm family card. She wasn't having it. He stood outside 20 minutes, pacing, looking up, finally left. I saved everything. Screenshots, timestamps, footage. Paul got a copy. Then Serena got a text from an unknown number. Hi, Serena. This is Helen, a friend of Garrett's mother. I'm worried about Garrett. I know you care about him, but sometimes new relationships can isolate people from family. I'm concerned he's making decisions based on emotion rather than thinking clearly. His mother raised him with strong values and faith, and it's hard to watch someone pull him away from that. I know money can complicate things too. Would you be willing to talk? Just woman to woman? Serena forwarded it to me immediately. Your mom's friend just contacted me. She's saying I'm isolating you and implying I'm a gold digger. I called Paul. They're going around me now, trying to frame Serena as the problem. Forward everything. Do not respond. Paul sent Helen a cease contact letter within the hour. One warning. She stopped. Monday, Aunt Diane posted on Facebook. A video. Clipped and edited. Started with me and Serena walking away from Craig's porch. Backs to the camera. Cut out everything Craig said. Cut out Mom's line. Cut out Brooke's jab. Just showed us leaving. Caption. When family tries to welcome you for Thanksgiving and you storm off. She convinced him to cut off everyone who loves him. Praying for discernment. Comments poured in. Most sympathetic to Diane. But one stood out. A name I didn't recognize. Why is the audio cut right when Craig starts talking? What did he actually say to them? Diane deleted the comment within minutes, but I'd already screenshot it. Miles sent me the link. She's building a false narrative, and someone caught the edit. Serena looked at it. Her face went cold. I didn't say a word that entire time. Save it. This is evidence. Within the next week, Craig showed up at my job site. Security escorted him off. My supervisor updated protocols. Trevor sent 6 texts pushing compromise from different angles. I blocked all of them. Aunt Diane posted 3 more videos, each one framing Serena as manipulative. Helen texted Serena from 2 more numbers, each time implying she was controlling me. Each time we documented everything and forwarded it to Paul. Then my dad called. First time I'd heard from him in months. Garrett, your mom's planning something. She's talking about a family intervention. Says you're having a breakdown and they need to help you. Craig's organizing it. They're going to show up at your place. Probably this week. They're planning to get Serena alone and pressure her. Thanks for the warning. I'm not part of it. I still talk to Craig sometimes. Just thought you should know. I forwarded the warning to Paul. Ambush incoming. By the following Wednesday evening, they escalated again. 6:15 p.m. Serena was at my place. We were making dinner when my doorbell camera lit up. 4 people. Mom, Craig, Brooke, Trevor, and Aunt Diane with her phone out, already recording. I called building security before they could knock. 4 people at my door. No invitation, no welcome. I need them removed. They knocked. Hard. Craig's voice through the door. Garrett, we're here because we love you. Open up. We need to talk. Serena stood next to me, calm, watching the camera feed on my phone. This is a family meeting, Trevor added. His mediator voice, reasonable, calm. Nobody's mad. We just want to understand what's going on. Brooke started crying. Please, Garrett, we miss you. We just want to help. Mom's voice next, shaky, concerned. Sweetheart, if you're struggling, we can get through this together. But shutting us out isn't healthy. Let us in. We want to talk to Serena too. Woman to woman. Trevor spoke again, directed at the door. At us. Serena, if you really love him, you'll encourage reconciliation. Family is important. You don't want to be responsible for tearing them apart. If you were a good girlfriend, you'd tell him to stop being petty. Serena's jaw tightened. She looked at me. I shook my head. Craig banged again. Stop being dramatic and open the damn door. Aunt Diane kept filming, narrating. We're at Garrett's apartment trying to reach out. He won't even talk to us. This is what happens when someone gets isolated. Building security arrived. A woman named Rita, built like she'd worked nightclub doors for 20 years. You folks need to leave. Now. We're his family, Mom said. We're just trying to help him. He doesn't want you here. That makes this trespassing. He's not thinking clearly, Craig argued. We have a right. You have the right to leave. I'm giving you 60 seconds. Trevor tried his best peacekeeping tone. Look, I'm not picking sides here, but this seems extreme. We're just trying to have a conversation. You're embarrassing your mother. Just open the door and stop being dramatic. I opened my door, stepped into the hall. Security was between us. Serena stepped out beside me. I looked at Trevor first, then the rest of them. Leave. You're trespassing. Serena's voice was steady, calm. Leave. You're trespassing. Mom started talking, fast, desperate. Garrett, please. Serena, please, let's just talk. I called 911, loud enough for them to hear through the door. 911, what's your emergency? 4 people at my door refusing to leave after being told by building security. I need police. They left, fast. I heard their footsteps, Craig muttering something about disrespect, Diane still filming. Rita waited until they were gone. You okay? Yeah, thank you. If they come back, we're calling the cops first. No warnings. That night, Aunt Diane posted the video, clipped, edited. Started with them knocking softly and Mom saying, we just want to help. Cut out the banging. Cut out Craig's aggression. Cut out Rita's warning. Cut out Trevor's manipulation of Serena. Caption. When your family tries to reach out and you call the police on them, she's convinced him we're the enemy. Praying for healing. Comments poured in. Some sympathetic to Diane. Others questioning the edit. Miles replied to the thread. You threw them both out of Thanksgiving, harassed them for weeks, and showed up at their home uninvited. This isn't concern. This is control. The next afternoon, I was at a job site when security radioed. Garrett, 2 cops at the gate. Welfare check. Someone reported you as a danger to yourself. I felt my stomach drop. I'll come down. I met the officers, explained the situation, showed them documentation, timeline, screenshots, audio, video, the lawyer's letter, the intervention footage. The first officer reviewed it on his phone, looked at me. This is harassment, clear cut. The second officer nodded. Whoever called this in filed a false report. Can I get an incident report number? Absolutely. We're documenting this as false welfare check and harassment. I called Paul before they left the property. They weaponized the police. That's it. We're filing tomorrow, 8 a.m., my office. We filed Friday morning. Protective order against Mom, Craig, and Brooke. Evidence attached. Expedited hearing due to escalation. Included workplace harassment, false welfare check, targeted harassment of Serena, social media smear campaign with edited videos, attempted isolation tactic, court date, following Wednesday. That weekend, Serena and I stayed in. Quiet. Decompressing. Sunday afternoon she was reading. I was reviewing a contract for a new project. You okay? I asked. Yeah? Really? She put her book down. They called me controlling. Said I'm poisoning you. Showed up trying to separate us. Posted videos making me look like the villain. And none of it is true. I know. It's exhausting. Yeah, it is. She was quiet for a minute. I'm choosing to stay. There's a difference between having to and wanting to. Monday, Miles called. Court's Wednesday? Yeah. You need someone there? Yeah, I do. Then I'll be there. Both of you. Tuesday, Paul prepped us. They'll try victim framing. Don't react. Let me do the talking. Serena, they may try to paint you as the instigator. Stay calm. The evidence speaks for itself. Wednesday morning, courtroom. Mom, Craig, Brooke, plus Aunt Diane and Trevor in the gallery. The judge reviewed the evidence. 15 pages, video, audio, timeline, witness statements, screenshots of messages targeting Serena, Diane's edited posts, Helen's manipulation attempts, 10 minutes of silence except pages turning. She looked up at Mom. You contacted his employer multiple times with false claims. Explain. I was worried about him, Your Honor. And appearing at his residence after being told to stay away? I wanted to talk to my son. And the false welfare check? Mom hesitated. I was concerned. And the message is telling him his girlfriend is controlling him? She is. She's poisoning him against us. The judge's face hardened. Based on what evidence? Mom didn't answer. Judge turned to Craig. Mr. Donovan, you were caught on camera at his home and workplace multiple times after a cease contact letter. Why? Your Honor, this is family business. We handle things privately. So you ignored the lawyer's letter? Craig shifted. I needed to talk to him. Judge looked at Brooke. Anything to add? He's my brother. I don't understand why he's doing this. She's turning him against us. Judge set the papers down. Your son and his girlfriend set a boundary. You escalated instead of respecting it. You involved his employer, made false police reports, showed up repeatedly after being told to stop, harassed his girlfriend, posted edited videos to damage their reputations. That's not concern. That's control. She picked up her pen. I'm granting the protective order for 1 year. No contact with either of them. Stay 500 feet from their residences and workplaces. Violation results in immediate arrest. Understood? Mom started crying. You're saying I can't talk to my son? I'm saying he and his girlfriend have the right to be left alone. Is that clear? Yes, Your Honor. Judge signed. Handed copies to both lawyers. We're done. Outside, Paul handed us both copies of the order. Keep these everywhere. If they violate it, call the cops immediately. Miles and I walked to his truck. Serena walked with us. That was intense, he said. Yeah. You two okay? Serena nodded. We're okay. Good. Now you build a life without them. 4 days after the protective order, Uncle Craig violated it. Saturday morning, grocery store, produce section. I was alone. Serena was at work. Footsteps behind me. Garrett. I turned. Craig, 10 feet away. Red face, clenched fists. I didn't speak. Just pulled out my phone. Dialed 911. What are you doing? He asked. 911, what's your emergency? I'm at Brookfield Grocery on Hampton. A man with a protective order against him just approached me. I need police. Craig went pale. You've got to be kidding. Stay on the line, the operator said. Officers are on the way. I walked toward the front. Craig followed. Sir, stay away from me, I said loudly. You have a protective order. You're violating it. Shoppers stared. Craig realized his mistake. Started backing up. I wasn't trying to. This is ridiculous. Police arrived. 3 minutes. I showed them the order. Showed them Craig. Mr. Donovan, you were told not to approach Mr. Pierce, correct? Yes, but witnesses say you followed him and initiated contact. That's a violation. The officer pulled out handcuffs. Turn around. They arrested him right there. Cuffs. Rights. Past shoppers recording on phones. I gave my statement, got the report number, drove home. Serena was at my place when I got back. Miles texted me. Craig got arrested? Yeah. Good. She hugged me. You okay? Yeah. You? I'm fine. Just glad you're safe. Paul called that afternoon. Heard about the arrest. Good work staying calm. What happens now? He'll have a hearing. Probably a fine, maybe jail time. More importantly, it's on record. I'll file to extend the protective order. That night, we ordered takeout, watched a movie, didn't talk about the family, just existed together, quiet, normal. The protective order got extended 6 months based on Craig's violation. A month later, Serena got another text from Helen. Different number. I know you don't want to hear this, but Garrett's mother is heartbroken. Family is precious. Sometimes love means encouraging someone to forgive. Serena forwarded it to Paul without responding. Paul sent Helen a cease contact letter. She stopped. The next attempt came through the bank. Credit monitoring alert. Someone tried adding an authorized user to my credit card. Failed verification. Denied. I called the bank. Asked for details. They confirmed the attempt was not from me. Provided metadata. Phone number. Branch location. Timestamp. The number traced back to Brooks' area code. Could be coincidence, but it fit the pattern. I froze my credit. Forwarded everything to Paul. They tried fraud, I said. Area code isn't proof, but it supports the pattern. Document it. We'll add it to the file. Thanksgiving came around. 1 year since the door. Miles hosted. Small group. Rachel, Spencer. Friends from both sides. Nobody mentioned the missing family. Just ate, laughed, played cards until midnight. Best Thanksgiving I'd ever had. Life got quiet after that. Not boring, just stable. I worked, came home, spent time with Serena, grabbed drinks with Miles, built a routine that didn't include scanning every doorway for ambush conversations. 6 months into the protective order, I realized something. I was happy. Actually happy. Not waiting for the other shoe to drop. Not managing other people's emotions. Not funding other people's lives. Just living mine. One night, Serena and I were on the couch. She had her feet tucked under her, reading. I was reviewing a contract for a new project. Do they ever try to reach out? She asked suddenly. Not directly. The order's still in place. But indirectly. Trevor tried a few times through Miles. Miles shut it down. Do you miss them? No. She looked at me. Not even a little? I miss the idea of them. The version I thought they could be. But the real ones? Nah. They showed me exactly who they were. I'm just done pretending otherwise. She nodded. Went back to her book. But she reached over and took my hand. Squeezed it once. A year and a half after the protective order was granted, it expired. Paul called me the week before. It's set to expire next Friday. Do you want to file for an extension? Have there been any violations since Craig's arrest? No. Then let it expire. You sure? Once it's gone, they're legally allowed to contact you again. They can try. I'll just block them. But I don't need a court order to protect me anymore. I've got my own boundaries now. The order expired. For months, nothing happened. No calls. No texts. No surprise visits. Around that same time, I got a call from my dad. First real conversation I'd had with him in almost 2 years. The warning about the intervention didn't count. Hey, Garrett. Hey. Silence. Then, I'm sorry. For all of it. For not stepping up. For letting her run things. For not protecting you when you needed it. For not protecting Serena. I appreciate that. I've been going to therapy, trying to figure out why I let it get that bad. Did you figure it out? Yeah. I was scared. Of her. Of conflict. Of losing the family. So I chose the path of least resistance, and that path meant you got crushed. I didn't say anything. I'm not asking you to forgive me. I just wanted you to know I see it now. Okay, one more thing. Your mom's been talking about trying to reach out. She's planning to rug sweep. Act like nothing happened. Don't expect an apology. Let her try. We hung up. Serena moved in with me that spring. Her lease was up. She was already spending most nights at my place anyway. And honestly, I liked coming home to her. Miles started bringing his girlfriend around. The four of us would hang out, dinners, game nights, normal stuff. 2 years after Thanksgiving, I proposed. Nothing dramatic. We were hiking. Stopped at an overlook. Sun was setting. Marry me. She looked at me. Smiled. Took you long enough. Is that a yes? Obviously. We planned a small ceremony. 20 people. Miles as my best man. Her sister as maid of honor. A few close friends. Aunt Rachel and Spencer. Nobody else from my family was invited. Nobody else knew it was happening. We got married on a Saturday in October. Small venue overlooking the river. Simple ceremony. No drama. Just two people who'd chosen each other. Miles gave a toast. Short. Perfect. I've known Garrett most of my life. Watched him give everything to people who gave nothing back. Watched him and Serena get kicked out of their own family for setting boundaries. And now I'm watching them build something real together. To both of you. The afternoon of the wedding, Mom and Craig showed up at the venue. Dressed in formal clothes. Aunt Diane and Trevor with them. They walked up to the entrance. Tried to get in. We're family, Mom announced to venue security. We were invited. The venue manager checked the list. I don't see your names. I'm his mother. There must be a mistake. No mistake. You're not on the guest list. You need to leave. Craig stepped forward. We're not leaving. This is ridiculous. The manager pulled out her phone. Leave now or I'm calling the police. Mom's voice got loud. Performative. I'm his mother, and he's excluding me from his own wedding. He's letting that woman control everything. This is what she's done to our family. I have a right to be here. I'm his mother. The manager's voice stayed level. Your relationship doesn't override the guest list or trespassing law. Guests started noticing. Whispering. Serena's sister came outside. They need to go. Now. The manager dialed. Police are on the way. They stayed. Craig planted himself. Mom kept performing for the gathering crowd. 2 officers arrived 6 minutes later. The manager explained. The officers approached. Folks, you need to leave the property. Now. We're family. Mom started. You're trespassing. The property owner wants you removed. Craig puffed up. This is my nephew's wedding. We have a right. You have no rights here. You're being issued a formal trespass notice. If you return to this property, you'll be arrested. Is that clear? The first officer pulled out his notebook. I need IDs from all of you. This goes on record. They handed over licenses. The officer wrote down names, dates of birth, addresses, made it official. You're now formally trespassed from this property. Any return will result in immediate arrest. Understood? The second officer looked at Craig directly. You've been warned. Next time, it's cuffs first. No discussion. They left, finally. Mom crying, Craig muttering threats, Diane filming the whole way to the parking lot. Inside, Miles pulled us both aside. They tried to crash? Yeah, I said. Got trespassed. Officers took their information down. Miles looked at Serena, then at me. They kicked you out of Thanksgiving dinner, then tried to force their way into your wedding. That's who they are. Serena nodded. That's who they are. We cut the cake, took photos, danced, left early to go home because neither of us wanted to be anywhere else. That night, Serena posted one photo. Just us. Happy. Caption. Married my best friend today. Within an hour, my mom commented, I can't believe I wasn't invited to my own son's wedding. Aunt Diane added, family should be there for weddings. She's isolated him completely. Some people choose bitterness over forgiveness. Trevor commented, pretty classless, man. But whatever helps you sleep at night. You're tearing the family apart. Miles replied to the whole thread. For everyone asking questions, they physically blocked Garrett and Serena from Thanksgiving while he'd been funding their lives for years. They harassed them both, stalked them, violated a protective order, and tried to crash their wedding today. They were formally trespassed by police. This isn't estrangement. This is consequence. The thread went silent after that. I replied to Trevor with one sentence, stop attacking me. Then I blocked him. The next morning, I woke up to a missed call. New number. My mom. Serena was still asleep. I played the voicemail on low volume. Garrett, this is your mother. I saw the photos. Do you have any idea how humiliating this is? After everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me? And that woman, she's turned you into someone I don't even recognize. This is cruel. You need to call me back and explain yourself. I deleted it. Blocked the number. Went back to bed. 3 months after the wedding, Brooke sent an email. Subject, I'm sorry. Garrett, I've been thinking about what happened. About the ledger. About Thanksgiving. About what we said to Serena. I didn't realize how bad things were for you. I didn't see it. Mom made it seem like you were being difficult. And I believed her because it was easier. But after you left, things got worse. She turned on me. Started using me the same way she used you. And I finally understood. I'm not asking you to forgive me. I'm just asking you to know that I see it now. And I'm sorry. I saw your wedding photos. She looks like she makes you happy. I'm glad. Brooke, I read it 3 times. Showed it to Serena. What do you think? She asked. Maybe she means it. But words are easy. I'll believe it when I see action. So what are you going to do? Nothing. If she's serious, she'll prove it without me responding. I didn't respond. 3 months later, Brooke sent another email. She'd moved out, cut contact with Craig, started therapy, attached a photo of her new apartment. Not asking for anything. Just wanted you to know I'm trying. I responded this time. 1 line. Good. Keep going. 6 months after that, she sent a check. $3,000. Note attached. I know this doesn't fix anything, but it's a start. I deposited it. Sent her a text. Received. Thank you. She replied, you're welcome. That was it. No demands, no guilt, just slow change. About a year after the wedding, Serena and I bought a house. Small. 3 bedrooms. Yard big enough for a dog we'd been talking about getting. Quiet neighborhood. We had a housewarming party. Miles, Spencer, Aunt Rachel, friends from work, and Serena's bakery. We grilled out, played yard games, watched the sunset from the back deck. Mom, Craig, Brooke, none of them knew about the house. Nobody asked. Nobody tried to show up. And that felt right. Late that night, after everyone left, Serena and I sat on the back porch. She had her head on my shoulder. You happy? She asked. Yeah. You? Very. My phone buzzed. Facebook message request. I almost ignored it, but something made me look. It was from my dad. Saw the house photos Miles posted. Looks great. Really happy for you both. That was it. No demands, no guilt, just acknowledgement. I showed it to Serena. You going to respond? She asked. Maybe, eventually. No rush. I put my phone down, pulled her closer. 4 years after I got blocked at that door, I'd built a life I didn't need to escape from. A wife who saw me, friends who showed up, work I was good at, peace I didn't have to fight for. Up high, you trust your gear or you die. I finally got better gear. Serena stood up, held out her hand. I took it. We walked back inside together. I locked the door behind us. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel and help us bring you more and better stories. Thanks.